Okay, hi learners, and welcome to week 13. Can we trust the numbers? I'm going to try Zoom this week to try to record here. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties with my computer. It keeps getting full, it keeps shutting off. So I'm gonna try Zoom and see what happens. And okay, so here we go. So we are slowly working our way through this project. We are on planning your data manipulation. So hopefully you have worked your way through the different steps, learning about how you can change data and manipulate it into what you want people to see and hear. Okay, so you can see assignment 13 here, planning your data manipulation. Checkpoint 4, you can see here as well. You're going to have your claim here. You're going to copy and paste your topic. And then statistics and data, this is the information you'll find because you're gonna have to do some research. We need real numbers, and you can show how you manipulate it, which I'm gonna give you an example of how I manipulated something here in just a second, and then how you support your claim. And then you also wanna see the other side of the issue. Okay, so you're gonna pick your topic that's important to you. You will have data and statistics already generated for you to collect, and then you'll manipulate to show the different bias and perspectives. Okay, so our learning target is I can successfully manipulate data and statistics to show the different biases and perspectives. And you'll look at the statistics, the data, review those terms again. Okay, so I want you to look at the chart here on the right, and I want you to take a moment and look at the various ways data is presented and what do you notice about the way it's presented here. So I'll just give you a second. Okay, so if you look here, it says the US high school graduation rate is 84%. However, they're not telling you that the minorities like American Indians, Alaskan Natives are 28 are not graduating, 28% are not graduating. They combined them with the whole graduation rate so that they weren't showing you that the minorities are far less. This says 2 out of 3 dentists recommend the toothpaste. And you're thinking, oh, 2 out of 3, but what they're telling you is 33% of them don't recommend it. And you're like, oh, that might not be a good idea. Cigarettes kill 480,000 people per year in the United States, which is just a number. And you're thinking, wow, what else is killing other people? Is that a lot in comparison? But when you say 1 in 5 deaths are caused by cigarettes, then you're like, wow, you know, cigarettes really do cause a lot of deaths in the United States. So it's all about how it is presented. And this is like a nice little Canva document that they put all this together in. So you can see it's very quick. You're not reading a lot. You can look. It's very visually appealing. Okay, here's my little example. I did pizza, which I absolutely love. And I put 4 slices in here. However, if I were to talk to you and you did not see the pizza I was holding or ate, I'd say, you know, I had 1 slice of pizza for the day. And you'd be like, oh, you know, that's not much at all. I had 2 slices. You're thinking, oh, maybe a little bit hungrier. 3 slices, you know, that's a typical, you know, probably pizza for lunch. And then 4 slices, you're like, wow, you know, Mrs. Yankola was a little bit hungrier. However, I didn't tell you I ate the entire pizza pie. Okay, and that's kind of my way of manipulating the data. I didn't tell you, hey, I had a whole pizza for lunch. I just said I had 4 slices. So kind of keep that in mind as you work your way through. Okay, so again, picking a topic that means something to you, whether it's sports, social issues, political issues, something you're interested in, pop culture, and then you're going to do some research on that. You're going to have to find real statistics, real data. We need numbers, real numbers, not made up numbers, things that you find. So you go in and you just read through this, you fill in the chart, and then down below, you are going to probably want this as a way to present your information. So go in, look at the percentages, the ratios, how you do these, how you make the bar and the pie chart. I know mine wasn't very technical, but you know, go in and you can maybe make some really great visual effects. Okay, so I put some articles in here. There's one on dealing with bias in e-cigarettes. While you read the article, think about the 2 sides. And there's also a podcast discussing the use and misuse of statistics. And then I also put a small video in here about Are Electronic Cigarettes Safe? It's from the BBC. It's a little older, but listen to how they portray e-cigarettes. You can see the bias in there. So just kind of think about how are they presenting things. Do you believe it? Do you side with them? Do they make it easier to side with them than against them? Okay, and then there's some flashcards. And then why is it so important for the public to examine what source their information is from, as well as look at all of the issues or all the sides of an issue. So why is it so important for the public to examine what source their information is from, as well as look at the two sides, the counterclaim, the claim. Okay, just a quiz again, Quizlet. And then checkpoint 4 is what you're gonna be turning into me this week. We discussed that. Again, focusing on point of view, your claim, your evidence. This is what's really gonna make your projects. So what information have you learned in this lesson? Maybe you learned a lot on data and how biased it really can be. So again, your description of the project is just looking at issues and then examining them with something that you feel is important to you. Okay, again, this is the parts of the project. Now we're collecting our own data. And then the COG skills, which we just kind of talked about, but we're really focusing on your claim, your evidence, turning it into something that is very visually appealing. Okay, and the habit of success is really about learning about bias in data and statistics and how it can influence your own life. And then again, here's just the overview again. Okay, so questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I know this is probably going out of your comfort zone a little bit. I know that, I don't usually have you look at, big number statistics and, breaking things down. But again, think of the worst, think of what happened, think about those numbers. If they don't put them in context with something, it really means nothing. And they can really get away with a lot. The government, if they say there were this many deaths in this war, well, how many people are living over there? How many soldiers were involved in the war? So really think about what those numbers mean and in what context they give them to you. Okay, so questions or concerns, please reach out to me. If not, you have a wonderful, productive week. Thanks.